All right, Steven. So you are the member of the month for January. Congratulations. We'll start off with asking you a couple questions to let people get to know you a little bit better. So what's your occupation?
So I am a full-time fitness coordinator at Cisco. I also teach group exercise classes, and I am a national presenter and trainer for Les Mills.
Nice. Awesome. So what's your usual class time at the gym?
I get to experience all the different class times. So I come at 8:30. Well, I come at 6 a.m. sometimes, Pete. 8:30, 9:30, 5:30, 4 p.m. Sunday. And the cool thing about that is each class has a different kind of personality. So while everybody is welcoming and it's a great time, it's fun to get to experience all the different groups of people in each different class format.
Yeah.
So it keeps it interesting.
Is there one class that you like more than the others? I know one class is really going to want, or two classes are going to really want there.
I really, because when I started here, I initially started with the 9:30. So they're kind of near and dear up there. And it's really fun. It's a fun demographic because everybody works hard, but they also like to laugh and have a little healthy competition. I'm coming for you, Dina. So, yeah.
So you choose the 8, we're just going to get this straight. You choose the 9:30 over any of the other classes?
I feel, okay, I'll take this back. I perform better in the evening. So, but the 9:30 group is a lot of fun to be around. But it's really hard to pick one. Because I know Amy, I love seeing you at 8:30, Amy, so it's hard.
I just want you to pick one, so then there would be like some sort of like talk after this video.
Okay, I'll go with the 9:30.
Yeah,
Amy's gonna kill me.
After this goes live, you're gonna get like messages from Amy. You're gonna get messages from like people from the afternoon and stuff like that. Be like, what the heck?
I know. In the early morning.
But how long have you been doing CrossFit? Been at TCF?
Okay, so I've been at TCF for almost 6 months. I actually started right after my wife tried it out here because we live close by, and I tried CrossFit 6 years ago initially, and I knew I loved it. So over the years I was like, I knew I wanted to get back into it, but it was more kind of financial reasons that I didn't, and finally jumped the gun and dived into it this past year. So almost 6 months.
So I guess what was the cause for you to jump back into it? Was it because Anna came in and tried it out, or was it kind of like you had the ability to join a gym and that's why you wanted to do it, or what was it?
It was a little bit of both. So Anna coming to this location was actually Anna, my wife. But I always knew I wanted to do CrossFit. It was just a matter of the timing. And I don't like to start something and not be really consistent. So I knew if I started CrossFit, I wanted to stick with it.
Cool. Awesome. And so why did you decide to do CrossFit when you teach and you have done other types of workouts? Yeah. Like what about why do CrossFit?
I do CrossFit. I like the athleticism and challenge of CrossFit. So it incorporates strength training, cardio, high intensity training, and then some skill level, and it's challenging. So I've been teaching group exercise classes for 7 years, which I love, and they're challenging. Some of them more in an aerobic way, and I also have strength trained over the years as well. But something about CrossFit is it pushes you into another dimension of more of some of the bigger powerlifting and shorter bursts of intensity. So I like that the workouts are very compact. You get a lot done in a shorter amount of time. And so for me, and being a busy person, I know that I can come in here and be done in an hour and just have completely smashed my workout.
Nice. And I know that you and Anna both have kind of mentioned how it's kind of good to have something you don't teach or you're not a part of.
Yes.
That it's kind of like your thing. You can go in, you don't have to like analyze people like you do at your work or something like that. You can just come in, enjoy yourself, and then this is your area of fun almost.
Yes, it's nice to come in and be taught and to not know what's going to happen or how it's going to feel. So kind of the element of surprise keeps me, interested.
Nice. Awesome. And so you kind of touched on this a little bit, but how are workouts compared to workouts that you've done in the past, workouts that you teach? You mentioned about how those are a little bit more aerobic, and this is a little bit more compact, a little bit more high intensity.
So the workouts that I teach have elements of high intensity interval training, some of them depending on the format, and they build an incredible amount of stamina. They're also long. So a lot of the classes I teach are 55 minutes. So they're longer workouts. There's one of the classes I teach is strength training, but we're not using the greater amount of weights that we would in CrossFit. And then my workouts that I would also do on top of my teaching was just like a bodybuilding split, strength training. And I found that I was just spending too much time in the gym, wasting a lot of time in between sets, or neglecting muscle groups I didn't enjoy training as much, leg day. So CrossFit is most of the time full body, and so for me it's kind of fits that missing element, and it helps me in my other workouts because of the intensity factor.
Yeah, cool. And then so how has CrossFit helped you improve your fitness?
Actually greatly. So with being an instructor and a trainer, I have to be able to keep a great amount of stamina to be able to talk and exercise at the same time. And what CrossFit has done, it's actually made me stronger in everything that I've done. It's increased my endurance, but the main shift I've seen in my fitness is like power, and I'm able to move really quickly right off the line versus a consistent speed the whole time. I've noticed that I'm able to just do something very quickly for a short amount of time, and I've also gotten stronger across all the different lifts. So in 6 months, I've seen physical changes, and honestly, even bigger than physical is mental. So my work capacity, I'm finding that I don't fatigue as fast. So I'm able to even go teach my classes and not get as winded, not be as fatigued, not even get as sweaty, because my work capacity has gotten so much better just in 5 months.
So you're saying like when you go teach, you don't get as out of breath, so it makes it a little easier
Correct.
for you to teach and stuff?
Yeah, my heart rate is actually staying lower because I'm conditioned. I'm more efficient now.
Nice. Awesome. That's great. And then it's cool how, I guess you're an anomaly because not everyone's a fitness instructor or a teacher. So it's great how you can see it on a day-to-day basis with your teaching, and you can actually feel or you can look at your heart rate, you can kind of feel yourself not getting as exhausted as you're teaching. And then do you feel it like just every day, like maybe even not when you're teaching? Do you kind of feel a difference there, or is it not really as noticeable?
I do. I feel lighter on my feet, if that makes sense. Like I feel like if I'm on the ground, I can just kind of pop back up. Not that I ever had issues with that before, but I just feel quicker, and I feel more powerful. For lack of a better word, power, it's so vague, but I just feel like I can move better.
Okay.
If that makes sense. And I also, ironically, I'm training more than I was before I started CrossFit. I used to lift, but I used to feel kind of overtrained when I was doing like a weight room split workout. And ironically, even with CrossFit, as challenging as it is, I'm not feeling overworked.
Okay.
So I feel like I'm more balanced there.
Why do you think that is? You think it's because we're not always hitting weights 24/7, or you think it's because we're working your whole body, so we're not like crazy on your legs and then crazy on your arms or something like that?
I think it's the combination of total body, and I think that the workouts are actually more intense but shorter. And we also spend a really good amount of time doing mobility and just warming up properly. That's another big thing. When I would work out on my own, I'd be in a hurry. I would neglect a proper warm-up. We never have that issue here. So you guys always make sure that we are prepped and ready for the workouts, that our bodies move in the most efficient, safe way possible.
Yeah.
And so I feel that in all my other movements, I feel like I can just get down and up and nothing's creaking or clicking or holding me back from moving in a full range of motion.
Awesome. That's great. And then, so do you have any personal goals within the gym?
Lots. I've seen a lot of progress in a lot of the movements since I started. But moving forward, I would like to be able to master the gymnastics side of things. So the strength pieces came fairly quickly.
Yeah.
But the moving in a kind of athletic gymnastics sort of way is not something that's natural to me because I never played around with that before. So that's also what I love about CrossFit is that I am continually challenged and I have goals to strive for. Right now I'm currently working on double unders, mastering them, and I have whip marks on my hands, but it's totally worth it, Dean. I'm coming for you.
You did the workout today with double unders.
Yes.
You did all the, it wasn't a huge amount, but I mean, you did the whole workout today with double unders. And I mean, I know, what was it the other day? You were squat snatching, and then at the end of the workout, you said that was most you've squat snatched within the workout, and we did it like 12 or 15 times or something like that.
Yeah, a lot.
I mean,
I keep hitting PRs, which for me is important. Like it's been a really good month. A couple months. I've seen progress literally in every movement, so I'm excited about that. So I want to keep that progress heading forward.
Yeah.
Into 2020.
Cool. And then what's your biggest accomplishment from CrossFit, or maybe within the gym, outside of the gym?
I've noticed a big shift, just like with a movement or...
it can be anything. Like maybe if getting up the stairs doesn't wind you as much, or maybe if I know you were working on your kipping pull-up for a long time.
I can do kipping pull-ups and toes to bar, and I remember when I started, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. Really, I mean, even running. So I'm not a long-distance runner anymore, but my wife and I did a 5K about a month ago, and... just doing CrossFit the last few months, I dropped over 2 minutes off my 5K time from a year ago. And so we do running and CrossFit in shorter durations. Mm-hmm. So,
and then you haven't really been doing any extra running outside?
No extra running. So just doing CrossFit, drop my 5K time. I've seen a huge shift. We do the Aerodyne bike, and I feel like I'm really able to push myself on that versus I remember the first day I started doing the bike felt like exhausting. And
I think everyone still feels that way.
Everybody feels that way, but now I feel like that's kind of my thing.
Yeah, cool. And then what are some other positive impacts that you've seen from CrossFit?
One being here is some of the people we've met. I strive on the people around me and just the group. Because I come from a group fitness background, I like to work out with others. Mm. And I knew that was a part of CrossFit, but I always felt like it would be a little more individual and people kind of would keep to themselves, or, I might meet a few people in a friendly way, but just kind of go on with my day. But honestly, like coming here, we've met some of the coolest people and already become friends with them. And I look forward to seeing them on a daily and weekly basis. And so we already feel really close with a lot of these people, and it's just been a few months. Yeah. So just the family atmosphere, everybody's friendly and motivating, and it just makes a huge difference.
Yeah, and then I know people enjoy having you in their classes, especially when you and Jess are in the same class. There's no telling what the heck is about to...
We don't know what's going to happen.
No, there's no telling.
Team no filter.
Oh, Lord. It's like y'all are trying to make... Well, mainly me, as uncomfortable as possible.
Yeah, we like to keep the coaches on their toes, for sure.
And then, what do you think you're getting at TCF that you aren't getting elsewhere? So you mentioned kind of like the community aspect.
Yes.
And you mentioned before the different kinds of working out. Is there something else that you're maybe getting here that you don't get at another gym or something like that?
I think a big element is care. I feel like, especially taking your class and all the coaches really, they really care about helping us reach our personal goals, and they're not afraid to spend time before or after class working with us, remembering little things about what our bodies, our goals. I feel very noticed, so you kind of get almost personal trainer quality attention in a group scale. So it's just getting more help, I guess you could say.
Kind of like cared for and stuff like that.
Yeah, feeling cared for, and great coaching clarity. So coming to a class, what's going to be expected. There's a lot of safety involved. You guys coach a lot of safety cues and really try to make sure that nobody hurts themselves. Mm-hmm. And that's a huge thing. A lot of people are afraid to try CrossFit because of the fear of hurting themselves, and safety is a big thing here.
Yeah, awesome. And then last one, kind of like a fun question. What would be your walkout songs? If you walked in the gym, what would you want blasting over the speakers?
Definitely All I Do Is Win. Because
that's all you do?
That's all I do is win, win, win.
Oh, Lord. Well, thank you, Stephen, for taking the time to do this interview, and also congratulations again for being January's Member of the Month.
Thank you.
Yeah.